So in chapter 6, not much happens case-wise between the mansion or the sweet shop. Maggie and Finn are just discussing babysitting, and then Maggie's mom is avoiding questions about the mansion. She's acting different. Maggie finds it strange that she won't answer any questions about the mansion. And Maggie has 4 important questions. She wrote in her notebook saying who broke the window and how, what was their motive, where are they now, and how am I supposed to figure any of it out? And the only evidence she has to go on is one threatening note printed on the back of a box of Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies in blue highlighter, neat penmanship, ominous words that says, "Take your cookies elsewhere." So chapter 7. Mom and I ended up having a lovely evening on the couch watching some old movies. The original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and then The Sound of Music, because we both love musicals. It was nice to be distracted from the fact that Milo was ignoring me and that I had a big mystery to solve with basically 0 leads. Of course, once I was in bed that night, all the stress and worry came rushing back. I couldn't sleep because my mind kept going back over the day's weirdness. The harsh sound of shattering glass replayed in my head, which just reminded me of the broken mirror at Nor Farm's house, which brought me back to the whole Milo situation. At some point in the night, I must have drifted off to sleep because hours later I woke up in a cold sweat. My hair was plastered to my face, and I huffed and puffed like some big bad wolf trying to blow down a house. My heart raced as if I'd been sprinting for miles. "Are you okay?" said Finn, who must have heard me from the other side of the room. "No," I said. Yeah, I'm fine." I looked around the room. As my eyes adjusted to the darkness, the bedroom furniture came into focus. Bookshelf dividing my side of the room from Finn's to the left, desk straight ahead, fireplace to the right. It all provided me some comfort. I took a big deep breath through my nose, filling my chest with air and pausing for a moment before exhaling, something I had learned during our yoga unit in gym class. At the moment, though, it did little to calm me down. "What's wrong?" asked Finn. "Nothing," I said, not wanting to admit the truth. I had a nightmare, but this one was no ordinary nightmare. It felt way more scary, more intense, and real. I don't even remember all the details, just the sensations. I was in a dark, scary place, and something was wrapped tightly around my body. It constricted my chest and made it near impossible to breathe. But when I looked down, I couldn't see a thing because nothing was there. And yet that nothing pressed into me, squeezing me from all sides. The air seemed to disappear from the room, and I wondered whether I could drown even though there wasn't any water in sight. My arms were free, so I tried to claw at this invisible thing, but I couldn't feel it. Yet it squeezed tighter and tighter and tighter. When I tried to run, I couldn't make my legs work. All I could do was sit in the small room with the dark walls closing in around me, creepy organ music blasting in my ears. I couldn't even call for help because my voice didn't work. Even though I was awake now, with plenty of oxygen in my fairly large bedroom, I was still trembling. "Sorry," I said to Finn. "Did you hear me tossing and turning?" "No, I heard you screaming." "What do you mean?" I asked. I heard the rustle of the sheets and the creak of the bed as Finn sat up. "You were screaming your own name." I sat up myself because this didn't make any sense. I don't recall using my voice. "Seriously?" I asked. "I was screaming Maggie?" "No, not Maggie," said Finn. "You were screaming your real name, Margaret." Oh, that was the end of chapter 7. So Sonia had a really scary nightmare, and she was afraid in her nightmare. And so the weird thing about it is she was screaming her real name, Margaret, which is the name of the ghost supposedly haunting the mansion. Stay tuned for chapter 8.